Hello again. Now, one thing that people always ask me about, and I get a lot of questions about, and in general, hockey fans obsess about is rookies, young guys. And the question then becomes who is going to be rookie of the year? So I've got the stats up right now. And number one right now would have to be Patrick Laine. Laine has 18 goals to Austin Matthews 15. He's played 3 more games. He's got 29 points to Matthews 24. He's a +7 to Matthews +0. I understand a lot of people don't like plus minus stats, but some of these guys who vote do. Shooting percentage, Lane's at 19.8%, Matthews is at 13. Uh, Total ice time per game 18.25 to 17.44, advantage going to Lane. Lane's a right winger, Austin Matthews is a center. Now, in terms of others, because those are the two front runners. Well, Mitch Marner is sitting at 23 points in 31 games. He's only 1 point back of Matthews. He's only 6 back of Lene. And when you consider rookies regularly go through slumps, he could be due for one. But in fourth place, this is the guy who I think could come out of nowhere and win it. And I'm watching the Columbus Blue Jackets right now, and Zach Werenski has been a revelation for them. His +8 as a rookie defenseman is impressive. He has 3 power play goals, 8 power play assists for 11 power play points out of 21 points. He has a game-winning goal, which was scored in overtime. His shooting percentage is 7.8%, and he's playing 21 and a half minutes a game. That is stunning for a rookie. Other honorable mentions: William Nylander right now, 20 points in 30 games. He's in the mix. Jimmy Vesey with 17 points in 33 games, 10 of those are goals. He's in the mix. And Matt Tkachuk, who I kind of wanted the Canucks to draft, has 17 points in 30 games for Calgary. And Sebastian Aho has 16 points in 31 games. Travis Konechny, some kid that I wanted the Boston Bruins to draft, has 16 points in 34 games, and right behind him, Provorov has 15 points in 34 games. And Ivan Provorov could be mentioned in the Calder discussion before the end of the year. So could Brady Shea in New York. Brady Shea is number 11 on that points chart. And below that, you're getting into guys who are mainly, forwards who are secondary to their team. Mikko Rantanen, though, if he plays enough games and if he can get enough ice time and if he can turn around his ugly defensive numbers, maybe he gets in the conversation. But I think that's where it lies. I think at the end of the year, and I know there's some goaltender named Matt Murray who's going to be in the mix. Matt Murray's playing fantastic for Pittsburgh. He played fantastic for them in the Stanley Cup Finals. So if I was going to say, all right, your 3 Calder finalists are, you got Patrick Laine, Austin Matthews, and Matt Murray. Zach Werenski in that scenario doesn't even make the final 3. Werenski probably makes the top 4. But I'll say this. In the event that how do I put this? Let's say Columbus keeps this up for the rest of the year. They stay one of the best teams in the league. We'll be looking at a scenario where I could see Laine and Murray staying in that conversation and Werenski being third. It is a fascinating discussion to have. Other notables on here who don't get talked about: Devon Shore in Dallas, Braden Point in Tampa is having a nice rookie season. Ryan Hartman's come up and he's playing well for Chicago. Zach Hyman has been fantastic in any game I've watched of Toronto's this year. I really like that kid's moxie. He's never going to be a top point producer, but he's a good third line option. Christian Dvorak's been a little slower than I'd anticipated, but he's still top 20 in rookie scoring. Scott Wilson's been a revelation for Pittsburgh. What is it with Pittsburgh finding these guys? Connor Sheary, Brian Rustin, now Scott Wilson. What is the deal with Pittsburgh? And it's funny, the magic seems to occur with their forwards and not with their blue line as much. Strange, because they draft blue liners high up and they just keep churning out forwards. Mike Matheson is 20th on this list. He has 10 points in 30 games. He was projected as a puck-moving defenseman. As much as I love the name Derek Forbort and saying it that way, Forbort, yeah, I said it properly. LA Kings, it's not as much his points total. His plus minus is good. His numbers are good. 38 penalty minutes in 31 games. He plays a physical game. Toronto has another rookie in 21st place in scoring with Connor Brown, 9 points in 31 games. So there's a lot of youth in Toronto, and I don't mean to make this a Toronto topic, but look, if you're a fan of another Canadian team, you've got Stetcher sitting at 26th, and Puljujärvi's sitting in 30th with a surprising 8 points in 23 games, although he's a plus 5. And he's only playing 11 minutes a game, so it's not like he's getting all this ice time and failing. He's just not getting all that much ice time, which means he probably should just stay in the American Hockey League for the rest of the season. And Buchnevich in New York for the Rangers, if he'd played a full season with the point totals he put up in 10 games, which is 8 points, he'd be in the conversation for Rookie of the Year too. So let me know what you think in the comments. Who is not sitting in this top 10, top 15 position who could potentially jump up in there? And which rookie do you think right now wins the Norris, and which do you think is going to be the Rookie of the Year at the end of the year? Because remember, this is a long season and rookies wear out regularly. So does Marner come on? Mitch Marner has impressed me anytime I've watched a Leafs game because he's got so much energy and he's very smart with the puck. Werenski has impressed me anytime I watch Columbus. He's fantastic, and I watched enough of the Flames Arizona game last night to see that Matt Tkachuk is really developing. He's going to the net. He's doing everything he needs to do to be a solid power forward. If only there was another Canadian team that could have drafted him that needed a power forward with a great offensive upside. I don't know. I mean, he's a winger, and if this team had a good young center that I'm a big fan of, and he could have just sat on that wing. Anyways, longtime fans of the channel are going to know who I'm talking about, and I just grr. Anyways, but I'm sure Ole Juolevi is going to be good. It's just Tkachuk's ready now. That was my argument during the summer, was Tkachuk's ready now, based on the way that the Canucks talk about it. They want to win now. Then you draft Tkachuk. You don't draft a defense. Like I get it. Juolevi's going to be good later, but he's junior level right now. And while I'm talking about rookies, and I've said the word junior quite a bit, I did want to call your attention to the fact that I purchased this. This is available on newsstands across Canada. I know. I don't know if Americans will have an option to buy this, but I don't like the article. I don't like the title on the front. I think it's lame. I want that joke to be gone now and dead. So I will be going through this, especially hockey's most epic brawl, and I remember it because it was stupid, and it was one of those things that never should have happened, and it was an epic brawl in that it was stupid. Most bench clearing brawls I can get behind, but that one was stupid. So I'll do a video on that because a lot of you youngins wouldn't remember the bench clearing brawl at the World Junior Championship. So I will be glad to discuss it and go into what the magazine says, go into what I think, and where I think some of the heart in this tournament has gone. It just doesn't have the same intensity for me now that it did 20 years ago, and I can't put a finger on why. But anyways, for rookies, again, let me know who you think is going to win it, who would win it right now, and who are we not talking about that we should be. Like, for instance, Charnik in Boston, Austin Charnik, he's got potential. He could put together a really good streak here. That's just as a Bruins fan, I'm putting that out there. And if Brendan Carlo can ever score points the way that he's so good with the puck. If he can start scoring points the way that I think he should be able to, then Boston has two really good rookies right now. And neither of them were first rounders picked by Don Sweeney. Just throwing that out there. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're just browsing through, and I will talk to y'all again soon.